Elected speaker this afternoon is a member of the European Parliament. Godfrey Bloom is a member of the European Parliament for Yorkshire and the Humber and represents the UKIP party in the United Kingdom. In 2004, Godfrey's election to Yorkshire and Humber seat was first seat in the region of the European elections. Godfrey has very strong links with the Jamaat and has also visited Qadian with his wife. Godfrey has supported us through the recent tragic events of Lahore in the European Parliament, and I'm very grateful to him. I would like to invite him to come and say a few words.
Your Holiness, Mr. President, gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. The essential pillars of a civilized society are respect for life and property. Democracy is good, but it's life and property that are fundamental. Loss of it historically has seen the demise of nations and empires. Once lost, it is extremely difficult to regain. There are dangerous signs, even here in the UK, the home of a modern property-owning democracy, that attitudes are beginning to slip. Appeasement seems to be the order of the day. When governments send out a signal that there is only one view, whether it be religious, pseudo-scientific, or some form of religious substitute in a secular society, and contrary views are somehow antisocial and therefore invalid, you can bet that zealots will spring into the void. This has happened in England, where vandalism of coal trains, petrol stations and energy plants have gone unpunished. There are a group of people who believe themselves above the law. They are eco-fascists. The UK government turns a blind eye at their peril. Pakistan is sadly very much further along this route of appeasement. They amended their penal code inherited from the British over 80 years ago that protected vulnerable minorities to actively encourage the persecution of minorities like Ahmadis in direct contravention of international law. Ordinance 20 is an illegal state-sponsored persecution of Ahmadis. The Royal Mail every day carries significant numbers of passport applications on behalf of the Pakistan government, which are quite illegal in English law. The Pakistan government actively conspires to persecute not just Ahmadis but Christians. And I have a letter in my pocket from the Right Reverend Michael Nazir Ali, who sent me a message with a list of horror stories. Now, Pakistan is a young country. It's not much older than me. Well, England, of course, is 1,000 years old, and it's incumbent upon us not only to make sure our standards do not slip, but offer example by strong leadership. The respect for life, religion and property in countries with whom we deal across the world. British religious persecution, and I say persecution, not discrimination, finished with Queen Mary over 400 years ago. I would say to Pakistan government, learn from our mistakes of the past. Your ordinance is a sign of political immaturity. I do not believe that my friends, my Pakistani friends from the cricketing world, or any first-generation descendants of Pakistanis, many of whom are members of my party, the UK Independence Party, and those with whom I served in the British Army, support these illegal activities. But I cannot accept that the Pakistani government is 400 years behind us. I call upon our Foreign Secretary, William Hague, and his superior, Baroness Ashton of the European Union, albeit she has no democratic mandate, to insist that Pakistan government complies with international law, And closer to home, I would ask the Post Office Workers' Union that it ceases handling illegal mail from the Pakistan embassy until they meet their responsibilities. But when Pakistan's president comes to the United Kingdom in a very short while, let our Prime Minister give him this counsel with discretion, lest we do more harm than good. Perhaps we could remind him that their treatment of the Ahmadis, as we would say in England, is simply not cricket.
Excellent. Thank you.
Nare Takbir! Mr. Godfrey Bloom!